Hello and welcome to your midweek messages. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of February 2022. And I was thinking not to do a video today because I did, of course, the monthly video yesterday on the 1st of February. But the energy and the 2222 portal, I don't know, it just feels fantastic. So I wanted to tap into it, and already cards are coming out. I just wanted to tap into it because there was something beautiful going on. Something beautiful going on. Wow, wow. Not too much, but we want to make it a quick one. Anything else? Actually, it's not. I said that we want to make it a quick one, and they kind of like said, okay, we'll save the rest for another day. Okay, let's have a quick one for today. We've just got the 2 cards. Okay, the message is clear. Okay, we are riding high on this beautiful energy. There's creativity all around. We can feel that. There are communities springing up, people connecting. It's so, so beautiful. We're bringing that online connection with our tribe into the physical, meeting people that we never thought we would meet. Maybe there are different types of people. Maybe there are people that we kind of like didn't resonate with before, and now we're resonating with them. Maybe there are people that you just thought were not on your wavelength, but they are. I mean, really, we need to keep our minds open to everything, but attached to nothing. I think that's the first message in your midweek messages. Let's keep our minds open to everything. I mean, everything, right? But attached to nothing. We need to release any attachment we have to any outcome. I think the reason for that is because we literally cannot fathom our own power. We literally cannot fathom our own power. And I've actually seen a lot of the readings that I've done that there's a lot of people who are actually fearful of their own power. It's because we can't even imagine. We've been dumbed down so much that we cannot even imagine the power that we have. But we need to remember that we are source energy. And that source energy created everything, the mountains, the trees, you know, the animals, you know, the birds, everything, and all that beauty, you know, the same energy. We are that same energy. It's only us that don't believe it. Again, this is our programming. We weren't taught to do this. We were just taught to follow orders. We weren't taught to think for ourselves. We weren't taught to embrace who we really are, touching, you know, with bare feet on the ground, looking up at the sun. I mean, we are an energetic channel. You know, we are the bridge between heaven and earth. We literally are. That's what it's all about, bringing heaven to earth. That's exactly what it is. This is what raising your level of consciousness, 5D consciousness, whatever, however you want to phrase it, however you're viewing it, as above, below, you know, word it as you like. But at the end of the day, we are energy, and we are the channel that goes from the earth up and the up down. So basically, we can create anything we want. The trouble is we don't believe it. That's the trouble. We don't believe it. And we get hung up on things. Let's have a look at the cards, because we've got the King of Cups. My interpretation of the King of Cups, he's the king of creativity. Cups is emotional, right? So we that's the emotional fulfilling, but also I want to say emotionally cleansed, because for most of us, this is an emotional healing journey. Again, if you haven't seen my lessons in awakening, I'll put a link into the first one in the description and in the end screen, because it starts off with everything is energy, and we talk about the fact that if you want to transcend the 4th dimension, your 4th dimensional energy body is your emotional energy body and your mental energy body. In other words, it's your emotions and your thoughts and your beliefs. That's what we're transcending in order to access 5th dimensional levels of consciousness. So it all boils down to mastering your thoughts and emotions. That's what it all boils down to. I'll put a link in to that video as well. And I always look at the King of Cups as having mastered his emotions. He's actually mastered them. So whether this is like reading Eckhart Tolle and The Power of Now, I could put a link into his book as well, or whether it be Byron Katie's work, because that's all about shifting the way you think, okay, in order to see things from a different perspective. And when you do that, you release the negative emotions that you have attached to things. That's really important. I think that's key in our evolution process. And also Eckhart Tolle's book is all about observing your emotions, but without actually becoming them, not suppressing them. Because we know, I mean, Sigmund Freud said many years ago that unexpressed emotions never die. They get buried and will come back later in uglier ways. We know that. Also, Bernie Siegel had said, you know, if you've had an emotional trauma, you are going to grow. Whether you grow a tumor or whether you grow spiritually, the choice is yours. So we're not talking about suppressing emotions. We're talking about observing them, acknowledging them, allowing them, letting them come up, feeling them. The reason that we've got them stuck in us is because we chose not to feel them because it was uncomfortable. So we need to go through this, you know. It's not, you know, the caterpillar that comes out of it as a butterfly. You know, it's all kind of uncomfortable for a while, right? So we do need to go through that. But this is what he's about. He's mastered his emotions, and it's massive. I mean, the second card is the Three of Swords. Typically, it's heartbreak and grief. So that's what he's releasing. He's releasing the grief, the heartache, any of those trapped emotions. If you're new to trapped emotions, I will put a link in to my first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness, which is free to download from my website at deborahjanesutton.com. But also, I'll put a link in. I'm going to put a link into my video on the path to forgiveness, because I think this forgiveness is massive. There are many layers to forgiveness. I think it's all connected, obviously. It's all connected to these trapped emotions. So that's what I think is going on. And it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be difficult. I mean, a lot of us, when we first started out, you know, releasing trapped emotions was like a really big deal. No, because you are the creator. You put meaning on your life. And so you can exhale the emotions and decide to put a meaning on it that they are released because you're the creator. The only thing stopping you from doing that is your own belief that it isn't going to work. That's where it all boils down to. So we need to believe that we are the powerful creators that we are. So this is, at this 222 portal, this is amazing because this is stepping into our creativity and understanding that we can release those denser energies in any way that we choose. Whether we choose to do it barefoot on the grass or through our activity of yoga or jogging, we can just release them through meditation. We can release them through, obviously, the emotion code, obviously EFT tapping, and obviously crying and laughing. I mean, there are many, many ways that we can release trapped emotions. I will also put a link in to my online course, because obviously that's what I specialize in, the emotional release and teaching people to do that for themselves. So I'll put a link into that as well. But that's what this is saying. But it's not doom and gloom. I don't want you to see this as doom and gloom, because the fact that it's come on the heels of him, this tells us that we are the king of our emotions. We are the king of creativity. We have mastered our emotions. We know how to do that. You wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't have some idea of how to release your own trapped emotions. Doing what you love, okay? Meditation, as I said. And if all of this is new to you, then check out my Lessons in Awakening, because this is beautiful, actually. It's not, there's no doom and gloom here, but what I want to say is there's an awareness, because suddenly you might just suddenly feel like crying for no reason. You might suddenly just feel really tired, because it's going to be powerful. February is powerful. Okay, it is full steam ahead, but that's full steam ahead, as we heard yesterday in the cards for the month. But full steam ahead can also mean full steam ahead on our healing and on our detoxing and our releasing, and therefore we might feel tired, we might need to rest, we might want a little cry, and we might have little laughter outbursts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just know that it's all good and that it's all working for you. It's all working for your benefit. It's all working for your benefit. But I will put the links in below if you want to be more focused on your emotional healing and learning simple, really simple yet powerfully effective modalities that you can use for that. So, wow, 2222. I'm still feeling that, you know, all action ahead energy. And it's a case of, reading Eckhart Tolle, observing our emotions, allowing our human to be human. Okay, there's nothing wrong with you. You know, remember, you are your higher self. You are not your human. That's really important to remember, I think, because when your human gets angry, because that's going to come out, it's one of the negative emotions that's going to come out. Frustration, okay, disappointment, I mean, any of these emotions, okay, anxiety, they're all coming out now, okay. And if you're watching this video and you've got this far in it, that shows that you're dedicated to your healing journey and, you know, ascending and your growth and all of that. So you're setting the intention to release that density. So that density will be released. So when it happens, honor your human, let your human cry, let your human sleep early, let your human do whatever your human needs to do to express that emotion within reason, obviously. Understand that it's your emotion that's coming out, okay? So maybe we want to look at the video on understanding triggers. We're not going to start blaming, pointing fingers and playing that game. No, of course not. But it is a case of loving your human where they're at, honoring your human. You are your higher self. So love your human like the inner child that they are. And that should help. That also reminds me, sorry, lots of links going on, but I did do an inner child healing guided meditation recently. So I can put a link into that as well. It might help. I think it's all relevant for this time. But whatever happens, we are healing in the most joyful way. I mean, maybe healing isn't even the right word. I think we should just say we're expanding, because every time we release a trapped emotion, we're expanding into more of who we are. We replace that trapped emotion with love and light that's coming in. So that's our expansion. It's all good. It's all good. It's exciting. I love you all. Take care. Have a great rest of the week and see you in the next video. Bye for now.